Good morning, viewers. Welcome back to the Post Pollock YouTube channel. Today, it is not exactly out of the news. Today's topic is ICE. We're going to look at some videos, and I'm going to give you some commentary on some of the problems I see with ICE. I can tell you, I have not dug into it deeply enough, but I plan to. I want to find out about what's going on with warrants and how they operate and so on. But let's see some videos and see what's been going on, and then I can comment on it. Let's start with the first one here.
CE arrested a Native American elder on his own reservation because they didn't recognize his tribal ID. Let's see what the judge says.
My people have been here since, like, way before the borders were drawn. I showed them my card. They threw it in the dirt. They asked me for a green card. I do not need permission to walk on my own land.
Look, the ID looked homemade, Your Honor. It wasn't, a state driver's license. He wasn't speaking English. It fits the profile of an undocumented crosser. We have to secure the border zone. If we just accept random cards, anyone could walk in.
This is a federally recognized tribal identification card. Under federal law, Native peoples have the right to cross the border freely. You arrested an indigenous man for being on his own land? Ignorance of history is no excuse. Release him immediately.
Okay, folks, first of all, that judge, I want to get him the Nobel Peace Prize because he called it just like it was. And to me, that agent, his attitude, his canned speech about crossing our borders illegally and nonsense, he embodies some of the problems not only with ICE, but the type of people that it is attracting. You may recall months and months ago, Kristi Noem, the director of Homeland Security, was doing these commercials calling for people to come to ICE. And they were like these, badass, be a tough guy kind of commercials. And as I understand it, a lot of the people who have joined are extremists, members of the so-called Proud Boys. This guy is just up there rattling off at the mouth. He is so arrogant and emboldened. He's been getting away with whatever he wants because he's been told he can. At least there's one judge who told him what for. Now, what the ICE agents and those who are in favor of this thuggery are doing is calling judges like that activist judges. You know what that translates to, folks? Somebody who follows the law. The judges who are being called activists are following the law. But the big problem is a guy like that, I don't know what his training was, but as I understand it, there was a shortcut with some of these guys in training them. But we see videos every day on the news, on YouTube, on TikTok, of these guys. They look like a street gang half the time. They come swarming into a city or a town, and they are acting in a way that, aside from the fact that I think is marginally legal, it also is very un-American. So I'm going to show you another video to give you a better idea of what I'm talking about. Here's another one.
It's not illegal to record.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Why are you taking my information down?
Because we have a nice little database.
Oh, good.
And now you're considered a domestic terrorist. So.
For videotaping you? Are you crazy?
Okay, folks. I mean, that guy does not belong on the street with a badge. He's harassing a citizen who is lawfully taping him, lying that she's now on some database. Well, I don't know if he's lying. Apparently, the government denied that. They said, we don't have any database. But I don't know. The way these guys are acting and the way the government is acting right now, who knows? But the arrogance, the thug-like behavior, and they're all running around wearing masks. So you can't identify them. They have no identification, no name tags, no nothing. They're like running around like ninja gangsters. And you can't be doing this. If you want to arrest illegal aliens, go arrest illegal aliens. But I don't even know if they know whether they're arresting illegal aliens when they do this. That was completely, he was harassing her and threatening her falsely for exercising her free speech rights. That is unacceptable. That is not American. That is a goon who believes that he can threaten people because he's got power. And that is just not the way this should go. If there is a database of people who protest or people who object to ICE, I would like to know about it. I think that Congress would like to know about it too, because that is Big Brother coming to America. But, calling her a domestic terrorist, again, that guy should be fired on the spot. They should throw him out. That, unfortunately, is what we often see with ICE. Let's look at another one. This one I found highly both amusing and disturbing. This has to do with something that occurred in Chicago. Let's take a look.
We are focused. The men and women of ICE are out here making a difference. They give it their all. They do this with courage and honor every day.
Okay, they do it with courage and honor. That guy on the bicycle was exercising his constitutional right. You have the right to tell a police officer to go F himself as long as you're not committing a crime. You have a constitutional right. That guy was hysterical. He goes up, he's taunting them, he's doing it. So what do these morons do? They chase him. Now, they're such morons they couldn't catch him, and he got away from them. Let's guess what would have happened if they had caught him. Because we have seen countless videos of ICE tackling people, tasing people, even shooting and killing people. Killing people who are U.S. citizens. So there they are. They're chasing this guy down. Their leader there, all these slogans, we're here for you, we're working for you. Looking at all the people walking down that street, they didn't look like they were in terror of the illegal aliens that these guys claimed to be out looking for. I mean, really, they look like the terror. They look like street gangs in these huge roving bands, half of them, again, with the masks on, and either saying snotty things to people or doing that whole American thing where they say we're here for you. And I just want to know, where are they getting these guys? What kind of training are they giving them? I mean, I've represented municipalities, police departments. There is a rigorous training regimen for any police officer. The same, at least there used to be, with federal agents, FBI agents, DEA agents. There was intensive training, including a lot of training on how to deal with the public, how to interact with the public to instill confidence that you are working for them and that you are acting lawfully and that you're there to enforce the law in a lawful manner. These guys look like the Crips and the Bloods, and they act like it. They look like they're one gang looking for a fight against another. That is unacceptable. This arrogance, this brutality, it's got to end. Now, I don't know what's going on in Congress. We know what's going on with the administration. They're cheering these guys on. I won't get too much into politics, but I will say everything about this, even if you want to enforce immigration laws, is so un-American and so thug-like that we should, as a people, be saying no. Even people who support the whole immigration crackdown, etc., as a people, this 20 years ago would not have flown. As I grew up in this country, I've been here for a long time, this sort of thing would not be acceptable. So we should keep it that way. Unacceptable. Enforce the laws. If you know there's an illegal alien, you go after them. If you think there's a factory where there are a lot of illegals, go in there and check IDs. Make sure everybody's got their proper ID. I mean, me personally, I don't find myself feeling threatened or endangered by illegal aliens. You know, these theories that they're all criminals. There is no greater percentage of people, immigrants or even illegals, who are criminals or violent criminals than there are in native-born Americans. Not probably less because they have to keep their heads low. They know any minute they could get thrown into a van and taken to an ICE center, even if they're citizens. I personally know of several instances where people were rounded up under hokey evidence. One guy, I know for a fact, he was arrested and they charged, I don't know who tipped ICE up. They showed up at his house, dragged him out. They charged him with drug possession and possession of a firearm. Well, it turned out that the drug possession was marijuana legally obtained, I believe, by his wife, who has a medical marijuana card. And the gun was his son's, who, are you ready for this? Was in the U.S. military. Guess how long they held this guy? 10 days. He suddenly disappeared from the face of the earth. People at work were wondering, where is this guy? The judge who was hearing the detention hearings finally said, well, what have you got? And they finally dropped the charges. That, again, is un-American. It's unacceptable. You should not be able to do that to anybody. And by the way, this guy had been a U.S. here, I think, on a green card for a very long time. No criminal record, clean record. There was never any explanation, really, for why they went to this guy's house. This is happening all over the United States of America. And as Americans, this is exactly what we stand against, or we're supposed to. So, folks, listen, if you have to write to your congressman, write to your congressman. Do something, because, well, listen, if the administration wants to enforce the law again and round up illegals, do it lawfully and do it in a civil manner, and don't attack or threaten citizens for objecting to what you're doing. It's their right. It's called the Constitution. In any event, folks, I plan to look into this a little bit more, look at the rules. I know a little bit about the warrant process and these administrative warrants that they issue, but I'll talk more about this in a near future video and give you a better idea of what's allowed, what's not allowed. If you're a business owner, what do you do if ICE shows up and storms into your business? What are your rights? Or if they come into a private home, they need a judge's warrant to go in a private home. That much I know. But this sort of thing has to be looked at carefully. And I hope all of you do. I hope everyone takes a hard look at this stuff and realizes that this is something that is a reversal of everything that America is supposed to be. Folks, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. Please hit like and subscribe. Please leave your comments. Always love reading them and responding where I can. This is Dave Epstein signing off for the Post Pollock firm. Thanks. Bye-bye.